Hi everyone, and welcome back to part 4 of my intuitive eating series. If you're new here, my name is Adam, and I've been a personal trainer for nearly 10 years. I specialize in helping people escape toxic diet culture, and I make a lot of content teaching you how to find food freedom and how to actually start enjoying your fitness journey. Today we'll be exploring how to better feel your fullness when you're eating. We'll discuss obstacles that make it tough to recognize fullness, how to stop being part of the Clean Plate Club, how various foods affect your fullness, and I'll be introducing you to something called the last bite threshold. Before we begin, if you enjoy this series and you find it helpful, make sure to subscribe and share this video with friends or family who might also want to improve their relationship with food. Now, let's dive right in. First, let's discuss how distractions can make it hard to feel full. We've all grabbed a snack while using our phones or watching TV, and then suddenly at the commercial break we realize that we just finished that whole bag of chips. Distracted eating can make it tough to focus on what your body is telling you. Much like distracted driving, distracted eating splits your attention, and if you're too busy scrolling social media, checking emails, watching TV, or eating at your work desk surrounded by paperwork, it becomes harder to notice when you start to get full. As a result, you'll likely eat more than you would if you were fully focused on the food in front of you. Now, I know that removing distractions can be challenging in a world where we want to pay attention to everything all the time, but it's important to avoid distractions while eating so you can be more aware of your body's signals. One of my clients used to struggle with this a lot. Every day she would eat at her work desk, and often she wouldn't realize that she was eating way past her fullness. And because she'd been eating that way for so long, the only cue that told her when she was done eating was when the food in front of her was gone. To help her, we started trying to reduce and eliminate distractions while she ate. We talked about the importance of being present while eating and focusing on the entire experience rather than just the food itself. When it was lunchtime, I encouraged her to take her meal into the break room instead of eating it at her desk. She closed her laptop, left her phone in the office, and worked hard to focus solely on her food. Over time, she became much more mindful of her eating and could better recognize when she was full. These changes made her feel much more empowered and in control. If you struggle with distracted eating, I encourage you to try and implement some of those same changes. Start with one meal a day, find a peaceful place to eat, and make that experience a special one. Just like my client, I'm sure it'll be a great step toward a healthier relationship with food and your body. I want you to ask yourself, how do you know when to stop eating? Is it when you start to feel full or when the food is gone? Many people keep eating until the plate is empty, even if they're already full. Now, a lot of things can cause this habit. Maybe your parents scolded you as a kid for not finishing your meal and that really stuck with you all your life. Or maybe you grew up in an environment where food was hard to find, so finishing everything just became second nature. You might eat mostly packaged or boxed foods and just eat until the container is empty. It could also be because you let yourself get too hungry or eat too fast, or you're scared of feeling hungry later. Whatever the reason, the expectation to finish your food can make it tough to really tune into your body's hunger and fullness levels. So if you're a member of the Clean Plate Club, the next time you're eating, I want you to try to leave a little bit of food on the plate, even if it's just a bite or two. This small action will help break the habit of needing to clean the plate. Remember, you can always go back to eat more later if you're still hungry. By breaking away from the clean plate mentality and focusing on listening to your body, you'll be able to better understand and recognize when you're full. Another thing that can really help you feel your fullness better is to make sure that your eating environment is pleasant and relaxed. Consider the lighting, the temperature, the ambiance, and of course being free from distractions. You don't have to turn your mealtime into a yoga session, but it's worth treating your meals as special and meaningful. It's a way to show respect to your body and to the nourishment it's receiving. When you make mealtime an important moment, you're creating a space where you can enjoy eating even more. This can increase how satisfied you feel after your meals, which is especially important for those of you who have struggled with disordered eating patterns or have a history of dieting. Enjoying your meals more makes it less likely that you feel guilty or ashamed just for eating. It allows you to let go and adopt a more intuitive and mindful approach to nourishment. But how do you say no to extra food when you're around other people? At family events, work parties, holiday celebrations, people are probably going to want you to eat more. You don't want to be rude, but it's important to set boundaries around food. It's really okay to politely decline when you're already full. When you do this, you're taking care of yourself and staying in control of what you eat. Let's practice some ways to say no. A simple no thank you. You know, I already feel full. I really can't take another bite, but thank you for offering. I'm super stuffed, but that dish looks amazing. Can I take some home for later? I'm really too full to try that right now, but do you mind sharing the recipe with me? Oh shoot, I didn't know you were serving food and I already ate dinner. I'm sorry. You know, I really appreciate how much effort you put into this dish. It looks really great. I think I'm too full to fully enjoy it now, but maybe later? No, thank you. I would physically just not feel good if I ate anymore, and I don't think you want me to feel sick, right? Use that one if you're feeling a little passive-aggressive. No, I need to listen to my body and stop eating now. Thanks for understanding. Actually, I've been trying to better listen to my body and its signals, and right now it's telling me I've had enough to eat. But thank you for the offer. Saying no to too much food can be a liberating feeling. It allows you to stand up for yourself and make your own decisions instead of letting others tell you what to eat. As you get better at turning down extra food, you'll feel stronger and more in control, both when you're with other people and alone in your everyday life. A lot of things can affect how full we feel. One big factor is how hungry we are to start. Remember the hunger scale from our previous video? If you let yourself get to a 1 or a 2, you'll probably eat until you reach an 8, 9, or 10. How frequently you eat, how big your portions are, social influences, and the types of food you eat can also play a role. So let's dive a little deeper into that last one. Feeling full can be affected by the types of foods you eat. Protein-rich foods like meat, beans, eggs, and dairy can help us feel full longer. Foods high in fat, such as nuts, oils, nut butters, and avocado, also help us feel full because they digest slowly and slow down the digestion of other foods. Carbohydrate-rich foods like pasta, rice, potatoes, beans, and fruit can make meals more satisfying. Some of them can help control our blood sugar levels, which gives us steady energy. And fiber, a kind of carbohydrate, slows sugar absorption in our blood, keeping us fuller longer. However, not all foods affect fullness the same. Foods low in calories but high in bulk, like vegetables and some fruits, fill us up with volume but don't always provide that same level of satiety. Air foods like puffed cereal, rice cakes, and low-calorie ice cream might feel satisfying at first but don't really keep you full that long. Low-carb and artificially sweetened foods like some energy bars, sugar-free Jell-O, and low-carb desserts can make you feel full for a short time but also may cause bloating or discomfort if you eat them too much. To make sure that you feel full and satisfied, include a variety of foods in your diet. Try different foods and notice which ones keep you the most full and make you the happiest. And lastly, let's talk about the last bite threshold. This is when you know that the next bite of food is going to be your last. It may take a really long time for you to be able to identify that point, but be patient with yourself. The longer you've been struggling with being disconnected from your fullness, the longer it may take for you to be able to figure that out. The trick to finding this threshold is by being aware. It takes time and it takes practice, but a helpful question to ask yourself is, could the next bite be my last bite? If your gut says yes, plan to stop there. So there you have it, everyone, the basics of feeling your fullness. Keep in mind that this is a skill that requires patience and practice, but it's a really vital part of building a healthier relationship with food and making smarter choices for our bodies. So take it one bite at a time and keep working on feeling your fullness. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more tips and tricks to live a healthier and happier life. Until next time, happy eating. I'm sweating under this thing. Today, try leaving a little bit of plate on the food. Fuck. Fucking shit. Stop. I spit all over myself. Oh my God. One big one.